परम पूजनीय श्रीमद भक्ति सुंदर सन्यासी गोस्वामी महाराज जी, all the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, all the sadhus and sannyasis of Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Mission, all the Krishna Bhaktas, distinguished invitees, friends from the media, Anaivarkum Malay Vanakam. To participate in 150th birth anniversary celebration event of a divine soul, Srimad Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Prabhupada ji, is nothing short of a blessings. And that too in a land from where the bhakti originated. We know that the bhakti originated here more than 1500 years ago. With our Nayanmars and Alvars, they were the great bhakti stalwarts or souls who sang song in praise of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. In the north, when I was a student, we used to hear often, there was a line whenever the bhakti came, we used to hear that Bhakti upji Dravadi Lai Ramanand. Dravid Desh, south, bhakti originated, and a great devotee of Sri Ramanujacharya Ramanandji, he took it to the north. And bhakti evolved again and again from time to time to fulfill great missions of the time. We know that Srimad Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Prabhupada ji, he established this Gaudiya mission and Hare Krishna movement. He was inspired, or he was touched by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared in the 15th century and early 16th century. Gaudiya Mission has been doing a great service to humanity. Not only they have been spreading this Krishna Bhakti all across the world, but they have also been doing a lot of service to those who are in need of it, be it health care, be it leprosy patients, be they people who are abandoned by the society or by the others. They have been doing great service, and I am sure they will continue doing so with a greater zeal and greater energy in days to come. While we know the background, we know the fact that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was among those saints or avatars who saved the society at a time of extreme distress. And similarly, our Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Prabhupada also appeared at a time when our society was under extreme stress. We often, while we mention about these works of these great people, great souls, we limit it to the dharmic talks and dharmic activities that they have been doing. And we often underplay another crucial fact that all these great souls, great avatars, they appeared for saving, protecting the dharma that built this Rashtra called Bharat. You know, like Achintya Bhed Abhed, like inseparableness of the indivisible from the divisible self that we see, like milk and its whiteness cannot be separated. Similarly, the dharma, Sanatana dharma, the Hindu dharma, for whose protection, preservation they appeared, cannot be separated from Bharat. Because Bharat is a manifestation, a physical manifestation of this dharma, Sanatana dharma. And it is like dharma is soul of the body called Bharat Rashtra. And we know what, if the body perishes, soul may be liberated, but Rashtra is gone. We cannot imagine Bharat minus Sanatana Dharma. Because Bharat, we know, is not a mere political state, which is an European concept created by a strong man, captured a territory, consolidated the rule, established a government. Bharat is a Rashtra. It is much more than a political state. And the Rashtra has been built by our rishis and saints like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srimad Bhakti Siddhant Prabhupada ji. So this Rashtra component we often underplay, and we limit ourselves to the ritualistic part of it to say we are only for dharma. Yes, we are for dharma, but this dharma is not like religions, the other religions. This dharma is for the benefit of the entire creation. But that benefit to the entire creation happens only when the Rashtra is strong. We know that our Veda, how this Bharat came into being. Bharat was never ruled by one ruler, one king, never. So it doesn't fit into the European definition of a political state. At every point of time there were numerous rulers, numerous kings, and yet there was a Bharat, one Bharat, from Badrinath to Rameswaram, from Puri to Dwarika, from Kanchi to Kamarup. There was one Bharat. Since long time. Other day I was at Arihantagiri in Tiruvannamalai district. Imagine 2400 years ago, Acharya Bhadrabahu from Pataliputra during Chandragupta Maurya period, he came with 12,000 Shramanas to Shravan Belgola. And subsequently, with several thousand, he came to Arihantigiri. This place, imagine, from Patliputra coming to Arihantigiri. In the caves there, we have temples, we have inscriptions, we have images of various Tirthankars of Jaina Sampradaya. I am sure Bhadrabahu must have traveled and crossed through many kings, many kingdoms. But he never felt that he was traveling anywhere else. He came. People, we know our own. My own grandmother traveled from Bihar, Patna, to Rameshwaram and Kanchi. At the time where there was no communication, without having even an iota of doubt how the place would be and whether she would be received or not, how else. Because there were people who were all sure, traveling from one part to the other, that there will be institutions to take care of them, there will be people who will be hospitable to them. That is how it was. All the tirthas that our people visited from one end to the other, without any let or hindrance. So the Bharat, which was born out by the effort, by the tapasya, by the diksha and hard work of our rishis. That is why our Veda, Rig Veda says, how Rashtra is born. Bharat is a Rashtra, is not a mere political state. Bhadram ikshanta rishya sarva vida tapo diksham upnesheduragra tato rashtram balamo jasya jatam. When Bhadra ikshanta rishya, Swavida Atmagyan se purit. And what is Atmagyan? Mam Atma Sarva Bhut Atma. This, equipped with this knowledge, this Atmagyan, when rishis who believed in the well-being of the entire world, their hard work, they spread the light, and this Rashtra was born. And whenever this Rashtra, here, when the Dharma has faced the distress, Ishvara, avatars have appeared to save the Dharma, to save the Rashtra. We know in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and rise of adharma, I appear to strike the balance. This decline can happen either because of internal stress or because of external factor. Internal because as a human being, we are at the level above the animals. But being at a level above the animals, there is a tendency to come down to the animal level. And so that entropy, that degeneration, it happens. And that leads to decline of the dharma. But that also leads to the decline in dharma is decline of the Bharat Rashtra. And that is how Ishvara, the God, appears from time to strike the balance. But it can happen also because of external factors. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, it was an external factor. Since the beginning of 13th century, when the Islamic invasion happened on this country, and they began destroying the institutions of Dharma, Dharma was in distress. We know how. In early 13th century, Bhaktiar Khilji ransacked the entire Indo-Gangetic plain and he went up to Navadvip, the place where Mahaprabhu Chaitanya was born. He went further up to Kamarup on the way to beyond. Massive destruction happened. And it kept happening. success for the next 300 years. Of course, subsequently too. When Dharma was under stress, under threat, Bhakti movement began all over the country. When we have Mahaprabhu Chaitanya in the east, we had sons like Tukaram and all in the west. We had Tulsidas in the center, in the middle of it. We had Guru Nanak Dev Ji. All these people appeared. Because when the Dharma was facing an existential crisis, the Rashtra was also being occupied and being destroyed. So that was the time when Mahaprabhu Chaitanya came. Avatar happened, Lord Krishna. And he gave the most simple way for a common people. Instead of going through this Jnana Marg and Karma Marg, Sankhya and Karma, he Bhakti Marg. Bhakti Marg. And Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita himself says, the Parama Shloka as it is called, Sarva dharma paritajya mamekam saranam braja aham tve sarva papebhya mokshayisami masucha. Forget all, come to my sarana. Come to the sarana of Bhagavan Krishna and everything is taken care of. You don't have to worry. Bhakti, easier for common people. To save the people from losing the dharma, dharmic way of life, and to save the nation. Nearly 200 plus years later, or nearly 300 years, another crisis when the British had occupied this country and they were destroying this dharma of this land. They were destroying through an act of British Parliament. The Charter India Act 1813, it had mandated the East India Company to evangelize India, to make India a Christian country. And they used all the might to destroy, subtly or with force, either way. Again, there was a resurgence. We often call it a cultural resurgence. I think that's a very nice way to put it. Because over the years, we become so circumspect in our use of language that we don't like to be truthful. Yes, definitely, because culture of Bharat is again inseparable from dharma. Culture and spirituality are two sides of the same coin. At the time, the great soul, Srimad Bhakti Siddhant Prabhupada ji appeared and he launched the mission. And we have been following him. There are people across the world. I know that the mission is doing a lot of great work and he will continue doing that. But I would like to urge you all that the mission is started by Prabhupada ji. The soul of that mission was to spread the light across the world, but for that, build this Rashtra, Bharat Rashtra. Even today, in our country, there are socially discriminated people. They are ours. But still they are not allowed to go to temples. Still there is untouchability. I would urge you to take this Hare Krishna mission to the colonies of the Dalits. Embrace them, bring them around, because that is how you will be fulfilling the mission of Mahaprabhu Chaitanya, who did it at the time of Islamic invasion, and Srimad Bhakti Siddhant Prabhupada ji at the time of colonial occupation of this country. Simply because colonials have gone, colonial power has gone, we are not yet fully out of it. In 1947, 15th of August, when country was celebrating independence, Mahatma Gandhi was sitting, very gloomy sitting in the Dalit colony of Delhi. So when some people, media people asked him, why are you not celebrating? He said, British have left us only physically, they are still occupying our mind. This colonization of mind, this circumspection when we speak about dharma, the shyness about it, why are we not proud of it? When we are not proud of the soul of this Bharat Rashtra, how do we fulfill the dream of all these great people? At the time of independence, Rishi Aurobindo, another great Rishi of Bharat, had written down the dreams where he said, this Bharat created by Rishis was not an accidental creation. He said that the entire universe, Earth is the only planet. Earth is the only planet where there is consciousness in evolutionary state. Jada, Jiva, Chetan, Manushya is evolving towards the supreme goal. And on this planet, this light, the light that Mama Atma Sarva Bhut Atma, light that avibhaktam vibhakteshu, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells in Gita, Sarva Bhutesu Enaikyam Bhavam Abhyam Ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tadagyanam vidhisatvikam. This indivisible is present in all this divided. Once you have that understanding, once you have reached that appreciation, when you see yourself in all, this light, that entire creation is a family, a kutumbam. This light came only in Bharat, not anywhere else. And then he says, was it accidental? He said, no. It was a divine mandate. It was a divine design. Parameshwara wanted this mission to be fulfilled by this Bharat. Bharat which was created by this light. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam yadu mure yavarum kelir. This light must spread to the rest of the world. For that, this Rashtra has to be a Sasakta Rashtra, Samriddha Rashtra, Sabal Rashtra, a strong nation. A strong nation materially, a strong nation spiritually. When Swami Vivekananda, he dreamt of Bharat, he said, I want Bharat, whose muscles are made of steel, whose sinews are of iron, but whose heart and mind are Vedantic, compassionate. Compassionate, looking everyone like oneself. At that very time, when we had great Prabhupada ji, there were rishis here also, in this land. When Vallalar appeared here, at the time when this British colonization was destroying the dharma, people like, great souls like Vallalar, Ayya Vaikunthar, they all appeared. They all made the movement to save this dharma. I think their task remains incomplete. We have to embrace our people, those who are yet not emotionally, socially have been embraced in our fold. It is a matter of distress, acute distress, unacceptable, that our own brothers and sisters are kept away from us. In this, I would urge this mission that at the time when today, unfortunately, even after independence, we did not try to revive and strengthen, re-energize the soul of Bharat, which is the Dharma. But today, it is being done. For the last 10 years, the soul of this Bharat is being strengthened. There is a resurgence, there is a sense of feeling that yes, sense of pride, yes, who we are, what is our Dharma. This does not discriminate, doesn't exclude. No one is beyond it. Even those who do not believe in me, believe in this, we cannot say that you are not yours, you are also ours. Okay, you don't believe, it's fine, but we don't believe that you are not ours. Such an all-inclusive Dharma, there is a resurgence. And in this resurgence, everyone has a responsibility. Every dharmic institution has a responsibility. And I think Gaudiya Mission also has a responsibility. I would urge the present Acharya to bear in mind that while we continue doing what we have been doing, let us not forget our Rashtriya mission. Because the Rashtra is not a political entity. Rashtra is a dharmic entity. And only then we will be able to fulfill the mission of Mahaprabhu Chaitanya or Mahaprabhu Prabhupada. I am sure he will do that. I thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to be part of this blessing event. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
We would like to thank our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu for enlightening us and giving us a very captivating speech wherein he explained that embracing the Bhakti Marg alleviated the distress of the people of the Rashtra, the yeoman service rendered by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, and the service and social service of Gaudiya Mission and unity and diversity of this great Rashtra which is ingrained in every individual. Thank you once again, sir. I now request Shri K.B. Vijay Srinivas, former GM Director, United India Insurance Company, to propose the vote of thanks.